everyone. Welcome back to another session of Tech Talk with Aegis. Today, our invited guest is Mr. Leong, the Head of Cloud Project Management of Aegis. Hi, Leong.
Hi, Ivy.
Thank you for joining us today in this session. Today, we will be talking about how project management in cloud disaster recovery can improve overall project success. Right. First and foremost, we would like to ask this question to Mr. Leong. Can you briefly explain your role in Aegis?
Okay, basically I'm a head of cloud project management in this company, and my role, we are mainly focusing on project management. So as you all know that every request and every change that customer requests, we will treat it as a project. So we need someone to be there to plan and to manage the project. So that's my role.
Okay, and then our next question will be, what is the key responsibility of a project manager in a DR implementation?
Okay, the key responsibility as a project manager is that we need to ensure our project can be run smoothly, and also we can complete all the project within the timeline. So if the project can complete within the timeline, then our customer can enjoy the service as soon as possible. So they no need to worry the service disruption, and also they no need to worry that they will lose the data during the disaster. Okay. In order to do that, then we need to have a well planning and management, and also we need to let all the stakeholders aware of the project goals and objective. Okay, then we need to plan and manage the project properly lah.
Okay, so in short, does that mean that as a project manager, you also have to ensure customer satisfaction?
Yes, of course. So you need to go into the customer side. You need to explain. Of course, what I said just now, you need to make sure the customer know the goals first. If they are already aware of the goal and objective, then after that they will aware of what is the real expectation.
Okay, and in Aegis, after customer has agreed to sign up with Aegis service, now what is next for a project manager to do?
Okay, once they already sign up with our services, right? They usually all the project we will go through there are few stages and process. That's the standard lah. So we will have a proper. So if you have go through all the stages, you will have proper controlling and managing of your project. Then right in the beginning, what we're going to do is we will do the server assessment. What is in the server assessment? You gather all the server information like CPU, RAM, disk usage, network utilization, and also we need to understand and we need to know what is the database that you are using. So that on top of that, also we need to know the network utilization, and we need to have a basic understanding of the customer system, what system are they using. Then once we have all this information gathered, then we will start to do the solution designing based on what the info that we gathered. Once we have the once we have the solution already, then we will do a proper project kick-off, explain or walk through the plan and the scope, timeline, and also the expected deliverables to the customer. Then after we start the deployment, testing, and UAT. After the project close, then we hand over the project to the support team so that they have a 24-hour by 7 times 7 monitoring and managing.
Okay. Leong, since you have been doing the project management role for, I think as of today is around 7 years?
Yep, it's about that.
Yes. So I have a question, which is I think it's a common question that all cloud service providers they might face, which is once you have completed or confirmed on the server info, as you mentioned just now, given by customer, has it ever occurred to you that customer would change their requirements or change the specifications, like add CPU, add memory, or things like that?
Yes, some of the customer we encounter that kind of request, basically during the project or at the end of the project. So like what I say, once the project already kick off, we agreed on the scope. So once we agree on the scope already, usually you cannot change You can change, but every change that you need to go through the change management.
So there's a proper process.
Yes,
in
there are
place,
proper
yeah.
process. I cannot like in between the project, then you suddenly request something new. So it will prolong the timeline of the project. If we review, if the change is just a small changes only, then we can help you immediately deploy the thing. Otherwise, you need to wait until the project complete. Then after on, then we come to the change request.
Yeah, I think that's only fair for cloud service providers like Aegis,
Yep.
so that they can adhere to a certain timeline which has been promised to the customer, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, and then as a project manager of Aegis, have you encountered any situation whereby you require a project manager to step in to mitigate a situation?
Yes, because as you know, not all project can complete without any issue. Definitely, you are facing like the issue like customer satisfaction, expectation, and also there are some technical issue. Then, like example, if there's technical issue, we need to gather our team. We need to sit down together and do the brainstorming. Then after that, we will do the root cause analysis. Then we eliminate the issue one by one, so that we have an action plan. Then we execute it. Then we resolve the problem. If there's issue like customer satisfaction and expectation doesn't meet, then we need to have all this communication skill, then a relationship skill, how you convince the customer, how you talk to customer, so that they can level down the expectation. Because usually customer, if they are not understand about the cloud disaster recovery, they tend to have a lot of expectation, the request. So doesn't mean that it's not good, but some expectation and request is too unrealistic. You need to prioritize where is your priority, top priority
What is
expectation
their
first.
top needs first,
Yes,
like?
you cannot have two things in the same way.
Okay.
So we have top, second, third, then slowly eliminate the unrealistic expectation. Yeah.
Okay, so as a project manager, so it's not all about just managing the timeline and also the implementation, but also to have people skills, like what you mentioned just now. People
Yes.
skills, communication skills,
communication
convincing skills.
Yep.
All that is factors to make a good project manager, right?
Yep, correct.
So, in your opinion, what is the most challenging thing for a project manager in the backup and DR industry?
The most challenging thing that we encounter usually is the customer expectation. Like what I said just now, that if customer doesn't really understand how the cloud disaster recovery works, then it will tend to have a lot of unrealistic requests, and they expect something not related to the cloud, not related to backup, disaster recovery. So that is the situation that you need to go in and you need to convince the customer. So you need to do all the write down, then tell them what is your top priority, what is your goal first. You need to look at your goals, your objective of doing this cloud backup and disaster recovery. Then after that, you have a realistic expectation. Otherwise, then you will be like how to say, you will be have so many want versus what you need, right?
So customer usually will want everything, but
Yes.
not everything is
Correct.
actually a need. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Based on your opinion, since you are in the backup and DR industry, how important is data security?
Okay. Data security is extremely important in all the business and organization. Okay, it is to protect your not only your personal data, but for some organization and company is their assets. So every document, every file in your workstation, your laptop, or your computers, for some user they thought that is not important because it's only a document, but the company, toward the company is very important because that is their assets. All the things inside here is under company assets. So you need to protect it properly. So example, there's a case in Malaysia that I think a few months ago, there's one agency that their few data already leaked out.
Okay.
been stole by someone and sell to the black market, right?
Yeah.
So if this kind of news spread out, so what is your reputation? Your image already tarnished, right?
Correct.
Especially if you are a cloud service provider that you are hosting customer system, application,
And critical data.
yes, critical data in the cloud. So if let's say the data is leaked out, what about the others customer will think of you? So
Yeah.
they already lost confidence toward you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you need to protect the data properly.
Yeah, because it takes years to build trust and reputation for a business, and just take
Yes,
like one incident or a single issue to tarnish the entire image of the business. Yeah. So next question is, what is your comment towards data security awareness in Malaysia?
Okay, this is based on my personal opinion, right? The awareness, I think, is still at a very low level. It's very simple. You, when you are in the office or in your department itself, you just walk around your office, then you just see what is your staff doing.
Observe,
right?
yeah?
Yeah, observe it.
Them, yeah.
So usually when people away from the desk, for toilet break or go out for lunch, so usually a lot of people, they never log off the workstation.
Yes.
So they just leave it there and until the whole thing log off by itself. So that is the main, that's only a simple things that people will miss out. Then you already breach the data security, right? And some of people, you still can notice that they will write all the username, password, stick at the monitor there.
Yeah.
So you not even not protect your data, but you are open the door for people to access.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the main important thing is you need to educate your staff, right? How to protect the data, how important is the data. Otherwise, they just think that this is only a document and Word document. That's not really important toward them, but the document is very important toward the company.
Yeah. I think businesses should put some priority in educating their internal employees about the risk factors
Yep.
that will happen if they do not really take care of their devices, endpoint, or even the data. Yeah. So it will be a good effort that companies can put in to educate their users about data security.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, our next question is it wise for businesses to put their trust in third-party cloud backup disaster recovery provider rather than managing their own on-premise backup and DR?
Okay, this one is quite subjective. You need to ask yourself first. Do you worry about these three things? Cost, time, and resources. Okay, I explain one by one. Cost is the budget. Do you have this budget to invest a new hardware, software, licensing, data center rental, to build your own disaster recovery site? Secondly is the time consuming, because once you buy the equipment, you buy the software, you're going to install, you're going to deploy and configure. Do you have time for that? Before that, you need to study, you need to read all the manual, how the thing works, right? You need to do all the research to find a new backup software. Then lastly, the resources. Do you have people to help you to manage that or not?
Yeah. Like
Or you
they have the
yes,
expertise
correct,
to
the
manage
expertise of yourself to manage that.
Because in some cases, not one backup software can cater for all the entire environment, right?
Yep.
So it might be some situation whereby one company might even have like 3 or 4 backup softwares running concurrently. So do they have the skills and expertise to manage 3 or 4 backup software at the same time? Yeah, that's the question,
Yep.
right?
That's your three concern. Okay, next one. If you come on board to the third party cloud service provider, there's additional thing that you will enjoy. Number one is the service level, the SLG that the service cloud service provider will provide to you.
Yeah.
Second is the managed services. That is the main thing that you need concern how to do backup, how to do the restoration, how to do the monitoring, and even though we also help you to do the health check. So every year we will go to your site, you study the trend, the backup, whether your capacity is still enough, your hardware is still healthy or not. Otherwise, then we will change. We will help you upgrade it. Then lastly, the most important thing is that the DR simulation will help you do the DR simulation. You can sit together with us, then we will simulate the whole thing so that you have that more experience. That is the yearly basis. Then the last one is the compliancy, so that you have audit compliancy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think the last few points that Mr. Leong has mentioned is that Aegis provides unlimited disaster recovery drills in a year. Yeah, so you can, IT managers out there, you can perform your IT disaster recovery drills as many times as you want in a year, and it's complementary and assisted by a professional disaster recovery drill personnel. And just now you also mentioned about managed service. Aegis managed service is now running 24/7. Be it backup, be it disaster recovery, it's all now 24/7. Okay, and I think another point to add on top of the benefits of hosting to a third-party cloud provider is, for example, like Aegis, we have this service called Aegis One Pet. It means one price, any technologies. So it means that if a customer today subscribes to a certain backup service with us, and we propose, let's say, technology A, and if technology A does not fit the environment, so what will our project manager do?
Then we need to review. After that, we need to know, because the backup technology, years and years, it will have improving. They have R&D like develop, right? The backup software won't stay there forever. So maybe next year they have another new features. Then we assess back this customer. The customer requirement, because once they do the DR simulation, they will have a report whether all the simulation is still realistically meet their requirement. Let's say the RPO, RTO already no longer can meet, because data will keep on growing. When data growing, one backup software doesn't fit this kind of system forever. When the data keep on growing, then maybe your RPO, recovery time take time, then your backup time will be slower. Then we need to propose you another backup software that can achieve your RPO and RTO.
Okay, so that also means that with Aegis One Price Any Technology, customer is able to enjoy multiple backup software with the same subscription amount. So that's the end of our session today. Thank you, Kit Leong, for your time in educating us about the importance of a project manager role and also the data security awareness in Malaysia. So please support our marketing initiatives by subscribing to Aegis YouTube. Follow us on our social media handles, LinkedIn and Facebook. And also, we would much appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up. If you do have any topics that you would like us to touch on, please do write into us at Aegis at marketing@aegis.com.my. Okay, I guess that's about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Till then, bye.
Bye-bye.